taking on Gran Turismo 7. Fantastic sim racer. And also methods to, this is the money making guide. And it's a money making guide that shaves seconds off your lap time. So if you want to learn and grow with us, I'm here to learn and grow. I started in the E class not that long ago. About 8 months ago, I was in the E class. And now I am slowly making it to the B class. B class is right around the corner. So this is Money Making Mondays. And I'm just going to get into the live so I don't miss anything here and make sure everything's up and running. So welcome to Money Making Mondays for GT7 Gran Turismo 7. Let's get into it. First of all, we're going to be testing out different cars, so we want to find the best car for the week, because if you care about your driver rating and you want to get into a faster league, Mondays you can't just jump right in and do whatever you want. Probably end up near the back of the pack, and you need to get a good lap time first. And where can we shave seconds off our lap times? Well, the long way is just do lap after lap and kind of practicing it one turn at a time, hoping to be able to string it all together. But the money-making method, of course, we've checked to see what this week's race is, and it's Interlagos. So that's down in Brazil. And the money-making method would be, of course, to hit up quick race. Good money right there. Or hit up the World Touring Car 600, but we specifically want to get better at the car we're going to be using. So we'll go to Circuit Experience. And it's not going to be perfect, the circuit experience, because it's, well, what is that? That's going to be, is it the GR3? Because this week we're racing with the GR3. If it is the GR3, great. I guess it is. I'm just not used to seeing it. Yeah, that's the GR3 or the GT3 GTR. And you're going to want to go sector by sector and finish up with the lap time. So let's see right off, what kind of lap time would we be getting just by jumping in. We haven't raced for a few weeks of this track. Of course, you want to get your brake balance set up. If you're driving your front engine, probably +3. Trail brake here. Get into the correct gear for rotation. Hey, Super Doofus Tom, how are you doing? Thank you so much for wishing us a race long and prosper. Sorry, took my eye off the screen there. We'll try that again. So, Super Doofus, welcome to Money Making Mondays, where to not affect our driver rating, we're going to be doing circuit experience, maybe a quick race or two, and then we'll go get a qualifying time. And now we're first doing the test to see what kind of lap time we get with, no practice in the last 3 weeks. I think it was about 3 weeks ago that we raced here. Nissan GTR feels pretty darn strong here. I do prefer the 911. A little smoother driving through here with the 911 from recollection. It's about taking the car. The best car for this track is the car that you're the most consistent with. What kind of lap time we pick without really practicing it. And hey, if we would have just ran right into race 1, no qualifying lap, we're starting in 16. Could very well be fast, but get bashed around. And that is a bronze. Not that far off from silver. The 137.8, let's see with proper practice what we can actually bring it down to. And because we've already, this isn't the best money-making method, because we've already raced here. We've already done the circuit experience. Otherwise, it would be an excellent place to make money. Let's get back turn by turn because it's going to take quite a bit longer to learn the whole track than it is to just learn section by section. So sector 1, let's make sure we're still gold here. Missed the apex there. I had to get off the throttle, so clearly not going to be gold. You just want to do that. You're going to want to do this until you can gold or silver every section, or if you're racing in the E or D league, just bronzing the sections will be plenty fine. Alright, at least getting a lot closer to the gold there. Oh my goodness, closer to the silver. So clearly not ready to be performing at, a B league or C league speed. And yeah, you need to be able to nail it. So unfortunately, I'm still practicing. Sorry about this, folks. But this is also a great place to play around with brake balance and really see what works for you, what helps get you a faster lap. So we'll try that on +4. See if we can trail brake. That's when we go from the brake, start braking from the outside and brake all the way through to the apex. There we go. So brake balance 4 is what we needed, and this is the perfect place to test it out. Instead of in a race where it might take you 5-6 races before you can, or more, before you really figure out what the right lines are, what the right balance on the vehicle is. Let's find out. Sector 2, are we anywhere near gold? Brake balance, where does it need to be to become faster? Pretty much gold right off, so let's try that one last time because we missed the shift. Otherwise that was gold, and that's good. So we know that's not a problem section, and +4 brake balance is going to be what we need for this track. Over revved it and still really probably could have got a 16 flat there. Pretty sure I can get a 16 or a 15.9. All right, from the outside. over revved again, but we did set a record, so at least for our personal time. And let's see, ranking board. How did that go? Not too badly, because some very, very, very fast people up here. Let's see how we're doing for time. You're gonna catch the 9:30 race. So sector 3 is sector 3. Our problem zone. You really identify where your problem zones are on the track. Practice it out. Do a zone 5, 10, 15 times, whatever is needed. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem zone. Surprising that was still bronze, despite that huge loss of time sliding out. Really goes to show you the importance of using the whole track. Need to be in the correct gear to get proper rotation through the turn. Missed it, but still. Oh, was that ever close to God? To gold. Missed the shift, otherwise that was gold. So now, just out of curiosity, gotta prove it to myself. So we want to use the whole entire track here. First for rotation. No shift missed, so we got right into the gold. So is section 4 our problem section? Time to find out. And normally, if you hadn't already done this, you'd be making money while doing it, which is great. And you get to see how the ideal line through all of this. And gold. So previously, with lots of work, you couldn't get that section. So clearly just following basic racecraft principles of using the whole track, going from the complete outside, braking towards and into the apex, and once you get to the apex, the inside of the turn, you give it some gas, you put the pedal to the metal, is getting us considerably faster. So I think we'll have gold. Well, if we actually get gold and everything, we finally will actually make some money. So last section, one full lap. Let's see, we got 138.7 before. Let's see what kind of difference actually doing the circuit experience makes. Well, if you overcook the first turn like that, I can clearly, and this is great, you're going to be doing these circuit experiences and you can really zone in. Super Tom, thank you for letting us know that you'll be right back. Can really zone in where the problem is and not have an entire race ruined and not need 5 to 10 races to finally kind of iron it out the problem. We know turn 1 is our non-gold section, it's our problem section, and it's where we need to learn to get faster. Clearly it's going to be a situation of using more of the track. Can't overturn the steering wheel, even though I wanted more acceleration. The car refused to accelerate more because the steering was just too turned. Too much turning on the steering. Missed the apex. All right, Mr. Knight Rider is streaming. Very good for him. Great on. And let's see what kind of lap do we get. With a little practice, are we still at 138? Made some mistakes here, but let's see. Nonetheless, where do we end up? So we shaved 2.6 seconds off our lap time by doing the circuit experience. So thank you very much, Ronan47. Great to have you back. So clearly, if we wanted to make money, we'd just do that last section. But we're in a position. We're in a position to actually go race. I thought Monday night would be only about making money and that we'd do the $90,000 race, get a clean race bonus, finish at like 130 or something. However, we're fast enough to go online now. And we practiced it out ideally in one of the toughest cars. Ronan, howdy. Thank you so much for making it in. Sorry I didn't say that right off. Glad to have you. The compliment went straight to my head, clearly. All right, so here we go. Race C, Interlagos. We got 11 minutes to put down a decent time. I like that. Instead of Super Doofus, it's a little long. Typing out SD. Clever, my friend. And now we can play around with what the right car setup is here. Number of laps, 15. Ooh, I always like the 5 laps because if you crash out early on, you don't have to suffer through that much in last place. Whereas here, high suffrage factor. Yes, I'm going to have to catch that, Super Doofus. Yes, Saturday. Send me a text of what time you're going to be at or a text reminder the morning of, and I will make sure I am there. And I say that, but we might stream at the same time. I don't know. Does that mean no? What about our Saturday morning Sim League Pro? Let me know if Sim League Pro is still going to be on. All right, so we got to play around with different settings here. That's not going to be a fast lap. All right. All right, let's put the pedal to the metal, see what kind of lap time we get. A qualifying lap is so important to getting you some wins and improvements during the week, and it's so important to actually enjoy the race. The further back you start in the pack, the more likely you are to encounter someone that either doesn't know better or is just, it's their style to boot everyone off the track. Oh, the 911 is the fastest car here. Well, that's one of my favorite cars, so. Ha! Ronan, you can always give me tips because I am always here to learn and grow. So we're going to throw on the Porsche 911. It's the fastest car. Great. Fantastic. I love the 911. I love its trail braking. But I'm going to do something a little different. Something I almost never, I haven't done like 6 months with the 911. I don't think I'm going to go into the negatives here. Let's get into this 911. We got an incredible livery brought to us by Aussie Pog. On top of it all, so I'm going to have faith. I'm going to jump right into the race section. Going to get a qualifying. I have faith that I can beat the GTR time of 135.2. I think it was, yeah, 135.2. And we're going to run the 911 into brake balance towards the rear just the same. Now this will drive very differently than the Nissan, so I might do some embarrassing driving, but what skill, hobby, or business can you undertake and not face some embarrassment? Okay, so it does kind of feel slow through there compared to the Nissan. I hate saying that. In the real world, the Nissan GTR is an absolute beast. Oh. Well, it's good that I'm practicing it without a ghost because it's going to help me assess what sections I'll have problems with if I don't have a driver in front of me. Alright, time to get down to business. Let's have a fast lap. There you go. Okay, we got to get enough of the first apex to catch enough of the second apex to actually have that section be quick. So, hadn't gone through there quite as smoothly and quickly with the Nissan GTR. So far, this could be a 135 or less. So let me know what you guys are running for the brake balance on the mid-engines here. Yeah, this feels very different than Nissan. And also, +3 in the 650. Okay, fantastic. Ronan, I like hearing that because normally the mid-engines, I was always like -1, -2. I'm going to try that +3, sorry. Ooh, this is looking more like a 136, 137. 138.3, that is not pretty. Certainly goes through that section quick. Skyline, sorry, the Skyline. Stuck in the past again. Oh, but the Nissan does not have issues with elevated curbs like that. Ooh. My goodness, the Porsche is kind of a different drive style because I just laid down on the throttle there and it helped me steer through it. Almost like I needed to give it some throttle to get that nose in the right direction. It's fantastic, I just have to get used to it. Ronan, glad to hear that you say +4 is just too much, because I was wondering if I should try the +4. The trail braking at +3 is incredible in the 911. I can really brake a good amount in the middle of a turn, and here I can go full pedal to the metal the whole way through. So for section 1, I definitely prefer it over the GTR. That had a little more trouble later on. Right here. Oh, okay, I really have to trail brake this thing. I am no longer habituated to driving the 911. I might be forced to drive this in the Skyline. But Interlagos, anyways, can be a pretty... Yeah, I'm forced to drive this. I can't drive. I'm broken. I am broken. I can no longer handle the 911, a car that I actually own in the real world, not an RSR, clearly. All right, Superdiff saying, turn 1, get real slow, and then power out half a sec for sure. Oh, fantastic. Let's do it in the GTR. Oof. Embarrassing. I'm a 911 guy. That is embarrassing stuff right there. Well, I guess I'm no longer a 911 guy. All right, GTR. Where are the world cars at? Okay, it's a lot of 9. NSX, great. If I have too much trouble, I'll just rely on the NSX. That car is easy to drive. Hey, Philness GT, howdy, buddy. Good to have you, and thank you so much for making it. Let's just quickly throw on the hard tires and have it loaded up before I get to chatting and miss actually getting a qualifying lap. That's, you know, not a D level qualifying lap. That 138 will not help us out. $131. Ooh, okay, my 138 must be E-rated. But we got 135 with the GTR in the little practice circuit experience. All right, +4 in the GTR went quite well. Let's try to recreate that 135.2 or 134. I would not complain if we can get it into the 134. Yeah, I'm broken. I can no longer drive that 911 like I used to be able to. So I'll have to, not while live, or maybe while live, try it again after this race. Great to have you along for the ride, Philness, Ronan, Super Doofus, the usual suspects. Always great to have some friend support. Okay, so slowing down too much for that last section. First for rotation. And I did not practice at all before getting on the live stream, so full embarrassment, embarrassing lap times, embarrassing mistakes, all on display to really show the natural process and perseverance required. I like how you can rev out the 911 more than the GTR. So 911, I just don't make mistakes over revving it. Still slow. What is going on? It's as if I didn't do the circuit experience and I'm worse than before. Well, we don't have time for more, but I guess we'll go in with the 137.7. It's still better than that very slow 138 something with the 911. Got the bright lights in my eyes, giving me one of these late night headaches. This probably goes back to not sleeping much while in the Niagara on the lake region for a Lincoln event. Got to see how incredible the Navigator is. It's actually 12,000 less than the Escalade, comes more equipped than the Escalade, and the sound deadening is better now. It doesn't have the V8 6.2 liter growl of the Escalade, but it is definitely faster with the EcoBoost engine. High output EcoBoost engine is just fantastic. 3.5 liter V6 twin turbo. Oh my goodness, our lap time really, I guess we weren't ready to come race. If we do well, somehow we pull that 135.2 that we did out of nowhere from the circuit experience. Or everyone crushes each other out, and while the GTR is a complete Japanese tank, it will take a hit and keep on going. I love it, Ronan saying, this is what happens when you get fast. You'll like the FRs for a while, then I'll be back to the mid-engines. Fantastic. I hope so. I love the mid-engines. They're far more exotic. And of course, we're now down to business, so we got to have the radar on. Okay, so no tire or fuel swap. Great. So we're just going straight into this. I feel like the mid-engine vehicles are, it's kind of like going on a date or having a supermodel as a girlfriend. And not a supermodel that hasn't eaten anything other than a carrot and a cucumber in the last 24 hours, but, you know, maybe not a supermodel, a model. And the front engines are just like the really beautiful girl next door. They're just a little too common. But since manufacturers are scared to not, so already got punted, they're scared to not produce anything. Oh my goodness, people are awful this week at Interlagos. What is this? Ha! That is some of the worst driving. Look at this, come on. Look at that, some of the most chaotic racing. And chaotic racing coming from Ferraris and Porsche. Cars that typically aren't great at taking a hit. Well, thank goodness I have the GTR. Give them a little speed boost there. Woo. Look at that, total spin out. Power out of the turn there. That's going to help us out with time quite a bit. And extra braking, since it's my responsibility not to drive into him in the corners. That doesn't mean you can't pass in a turn. Oh, going in deep. And extra braking to avoid an accident. Alright, so we'll pit lap 1. But no fuel, no tires, right? Where is this pit? Is it here? Is it there? I haven't been in the pit here for quite some time. Alright, so no tires? Yeah, no tires. Don't change. They're not mandatory. And don't fuel, so just speed on through. Thanks for the help, Ronan. That guy with the helmet and goggles looks bored looking around. Hey, look at the cars, guy. Give it a pat. And let's go. Pedal to the metal. Action-packed racing. Actually, we just got out of the action-packed racing. I don't seem to have resistance in the steering wheel. Hopefully it comes back when we get out of pit. There we go. So hope out of the action-packed racing. Now we're in the back and we can just race. Stop a third through here when possible. Excel power out here because there's actually a lot of pavement to speed through. Doesn't look that way, but there is. Start spinning, let go of everything, straightens itself out. Just before the 50, brake and cut, and power up the hill. This actually, I've oddly gotten the hang again. It's like the 911, I tried to switch it into it, and it kind of ruined me, but I think I can probably get a pretty decent lap time now. So top of the C League seems to be about 135.5. I've gotten a 135.2, but only on the circuit experience. Hey, good job, Super Tom. Nice lap time. Oh, that's right, Fuji. Of course you will race GR4. You love and are actually very, very fast at Fuji. Fast lap time if I can keep it on the track. Yeah, that's not fun. At the 50. Sorry, supposed to be at top of third. So big time costly mistake there. Alright, unfortunately right before the straightaway. Gonna take a hit to our time. That probably cost us about 1 second, plus 1 second air. So we can easily shave 2 seconds off here. Need to shave 5. Let's find those 5 seconds. Alright, 1:35.8, fastest lap time so far during the race. I guess I do have to kind of do a quick little braking there to get the nose in the right direction. Came into the race a little too early, hadn't learned everything I need to learn. That should be top of 3 through here. Okay, so let's try to use the whole track. Make sure we're in the right gear to get the proper rotation through the turns. So first, and we get a rotation by being in first. So we'll need to be in first gear for this one here. Down, brake at the 50. Time came down despite the errors, so just keep bringing it down. Persevere through this because I am embarrassingly slow. So we'll say that circuit experience, it is money-making Mondays, and we should have not just done the circuit experience first where we got a 1:35.2. We should have then hit up a full race, get some practice with some cars around us. Alright, so if we're in second and we don't throttle hard through there, we don't need to brake. We just need to be in second to get the proper rotation. So I just got to put the racing basics back into play. Top of third through here. First for rotation. We can add a little brakes. We got brake balance at 4, so we can brake going through the turn. Get the crossover in. I feel like these other racers that are getting consistent 1:35, 1:36 lap times must have been racing quite a bit today and gotten already a good amount of practice in. I always start up around 9:30 because I work. And it is hard to race against people that already have the required experience. So turn 1, not laying it down properly. So that's probably it. Not the full 3 seconds missing, but a portion of it. Ronan 47's trick of pitting right on lap 1, fantastic. Got me out of the traffic. Let me have some crash-free, beaten, you know, beat-free laps. So the marker is definitely helping, letting me know where to turn in, where to start accelerating if I make it to the apex. Right on the apex markers where you start accelerating if you drove right on it. All right, 17 watching. Very good live stream. Normally we live stream around 9 to 12. So thank you very much for those who've made it in. Please don't be shy. Drop a little hello in the live stream, because those of you that chat in the live stream, whether it's car talk, track talk, or just general talk, we've talked about cheesecake before. You're part of the JCCR racing pit crew when you make it in to the chat. So let me know you're here. I'll shout you out and give you a little howdy back. So the GTR sticks through there without having to let off the pedal as long as we catch the apex. So full pedal down for that section. My favorite cheesecake is probably blueberry. Well, proper cheesecake with a blueberry top. Pretty hard to beat. Not a walnut guy. Yes, Super Doofus, thank you for reminding me. Discord, folks, we got a JCCR Racing Team Discord. Check it out, as well as Sim League Pro races. We got completely pushed out of the way. Not surprised he already has a 1.5 penalty. That is not how you pass. You can cut the corner and pass someone, sure. But not having to use them to stay on the track. S-Folk Drom W, thank you very much for making it in. We are battling it out with not enough track experience to really be near the top of the C-League. So we are definitely a wee bit too slow. Nice, little gas to get the nose in the right direction. I like that a lot. Let's see if that helps us out with our time. Currently running the Nissan GTR. We did the circuit experience with it, got a fast, well I feel it's pretty fast, 135.2. Now we just can't recreate it. We in between tried the 911, got all confused on where to brake, where to turn in, I guess. Down the first rotation. Could get back on the throttle and into second gear a little sooner. Now I'm driving the whole track here like it's circuit experience, or I'm trying to get a qualifying lap, but I gotta keep an eye. When you've got someone behind you like we do now, who's less than 0.5 seconds behind you, you often have to defend the turn by starting off in the middle of the track and then turning in, just so that you can avoid getting pushed off the track, speared into another stratosphere. Alright, let's race it. I don't think we need to switch into sixth here. Going through turn one, definitely improved got it down to 137.7, so a big improvement from the previous 139.6 or 138. Just gotta do the racing basics, use the whole track, hump the apexes, be an apex predator. That's a 0.5 penalty. And I was in third. There you go. And be in the correct gear so that we can get proper rotation through the turns. Except that one where they call second, and it's very much go through and near the top of third. Oh, and he's clean behind us. Didn't give us the boot. Gonna give him some space here. Trauma's back. Gave us a solid boot. Wow, he really almost speared us into another stratosphere in one of the turns. Yeah, he's hitting everybody. Oh, he's really hitting everybody. Trauma with the T, but he is all drama. Let's try to get some drafting in. Oh, Trauma's really causing people problems. So that type of driving, I think, it should be, oh, you caused 6 million damage. 4 million required to race, you're 6 million in the hole, and you have to go make the 6 million back, driving against the computer, so that you just, you know, they can't play with others, take them out. Getting a little nervous. Trauma's behind us again, and he could easily spear us right there. He's going to end up initiating Batman mode. Some drivers are just too dangerous to drive around. Yeah, that's right. You're completely right, Mr. S-Folk. We did pit. We did not change tires, and we did not get fuel. So that was Batman, a kind version of Batman mode initiated after getting pounded by him a few times, clearly deliberate. After watching him beat people down on the straightaways, I feel that GT7 should just pull him out of the race and that's it. Total his car, take him out, but instead I end up doing it because I don't have patience for it. I hate seeing people pound down on cars on straightaways. There's no reason for it. Either pass the car or don't pass the car. But don't bang on them while you're going by. And don't T-bone people when you're going through turns. Good to have you in, S-Folk. Appreciate it. We do try, when my patience permits, I always try to drive safe and smart, so clean racing is faster. Try to drive smoothly. Mr. Knight Rider Jim, good evening. Thank you so much for making it in. I heard you're just earlier live streaming, so folks, don't forget to check out Mr. Knight Rider Jim, also Super Doofus and Philness, some JCCR racing teammates and friends. So it means a lot to me if you give them check out their channel, give them a thumbs up on a video and subscribe. And if you haven't already done so, please do consider giving us a thumbs up here and subscribe, because it does help YouTube believe that the content isn't horrible and recommend it to some new people. And that way we can learn and grow together, because we'll get a bigger community, and with more knowledge does come more power. We need more people for more knowledge, and we need more knowledge for more power. Alright, so third wasn't quite getting, I was going towards the outside, so I did a rare thing and went into second. Even though I'm almost saying to power through near the top of third for that section. Just didn't quite, oh, the tires, I guess, aren't as fresh. Could be part of it. Yes, I actually really like the game Knowledge is Power. It's a quiz game you can play with your friends. It's not on the PS5. It's on the PS4, and I gave my PS4 to my best friend. I shipped it off to Nova Scotia for him. It's his broke, and I help when I can. I'm starting a mean migraine. Overcooked it. Took the suggestion of being in second, and I just did not have what it takes to get through there. Need to start getting a consistent 135, 136 if I'm going to compete in C properly. So back to the circuit experience after this. Gotta let go of the brakes sometime to get proper turn in. Alright, so powering out there in second is better than the first. Really stuck well. So I'll try it again here. Let go of the steering wheel, I guess a little too early. Stop turning in a little early. Oh, it's the tires. Yeah, it's the tires. Can't expect it to behave the same way as when these tires were new on lap 1. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice, Knight Rider Jim. Good job on getting that time, and I guess you did it during your stream. Fantastic. It is hot. This is a little too much hat for me tonight. How many oh my goodness, my safety rating is gonna have gone way down with all the time penalties I picked up here. It's going to hurt. Yeah, 147 at Fuji. I think that's very fast. Love it when you share your track times, your track knowledge, your comments on what cars you're using. Let me know. Oh, shucks. Looking at the wrong place on the screen. That'll take some time off that lap. Let's try to get a fast one. Full concentration for the last lap. 30 seconds behind first. I know I made some mistakes and got a lot of penalties. Picking up another one. There goes that safety rating. 30 seconds. My goodness. Seconds ahead of 13th. I don't know what happened to the back of the pack, but something happened. There we go. Letting go about 15 degrees of overheating up top. Oh, migraine initiated. 12, so that's not going to be very good for our safety rating, for our driver rating. What can you do? Congratulations to CLT Turbo. Let's see the top of the pack if they were clean or not. There's an Enrico Fast, I guess, ended up in second with his D rating. So I wonder if that's someone who created a new account and is just flying through the positions. But I can tell you, when I say the goal is to learn and grow together, when I started in the E-Class, I really was an E-Class driver. I did a little practice over a couple weeks and then came back and was quickly into the D, but I am really starting from almost zero experience in sim racing. So CLT Turbo, fantastic. Top 3, some clean wins up there. Rocket Fuel, looked like he might have caused a little bit of trouble. Our safety rating went down because we picked up, 8 time penalties, I think it was. So yeah, not great. And I can't believe Trauma, for all the trauma he caused and the cars he hit, his safety rating didn't go down. That is actually quite upsetting. That makes me think that Interlagos is kind of broken this week. Philness, thank you for encouraging and helping out our friends with that link. Good job. Well, I've got a migraine brewing. I'm going to hit it up tonight. Ronan, it was tough, and that was tough because we were so much faster during the circuit experience. Let's go back and see where we were at. Maybe I misread. Maybe we weren't a 135. Maybe it was a 138.2. And maybe we're only 0.6 seconds faster after practicing, not a full 2.6 seconds faster. Mustang Drifter, what is up? Good to have you in. Howdy, friend. Thanks for making it in. Circuit experience. Where was our lap time at? And if it was 135.2, why can't we repeat it? 135.3. That's way off than after all that effort I pulled off a 137 something. I've got to figure this out, folks. If you know, let me know. And remember, more knowledge is more power. So let's please get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers. Check out Philness, his channel, Mr. Knight Rider Jim, and Super Doofus. Give them a subscribe as well. But let's get this channel in the next 2 months over 1,000 subscribers so we can really start growing the community. And that will also mean there's a benefit. I'll actually have a tiny little bit of money coming in from the views. That's going to be important for trying to get this rig out of the scrap yard. So we got our scrap yard, a seat out of a car, and we can, improve. And if we get there early enough before winter, we can have this set up in the garage with a Shelby on one side and a Toyota MR2 on the other. But if we don't make it in time, well, we'll just have to aim for next spring. Yeah, it's great. The watch count has been fantastic tonight. It's been all about Money Making Mondays. Thank you so much for watching. We covered how to make money. We didn't do it. We just showed you, instead of doing the circuit experience, which we need to, if you've never raced it, altogether, this will make you a good amount of money and help you shave seconds off your lap time. We shaved from our first attempt to our last attempt, and we didn't do that many attempts, but we did pull off at the beginning of this live. We saved 2.6 seconds. Well, 135.3 to 138.7. 3.5 seconds. That's a huge difference. But if you want to make money and get faster for the weekly race and maybe have less interesting Joker-style drivers, hit it up in one of these races or go to the quick race, full course. Here you actually get to pick the car you want, so it's just the best practice, and it's also the place to try out different cars. So you'll want to race on the professional, well, it depends where you are. If you're in the E League, race the beginner. If you're in this D League, maybe race the intermediate, and if you get up to pro, fantastic. But you could switch up, try different cars. You'll have to go back to your garage, though. Carlos, good evening, sir. Thanks for making it in, Carlos. So, money-making method. So let's try this from the start with the brake balance where we need it to be. And Mr. Knight Rider Jim, why do you suggest we always run Sophie? I find all those happy smiley faces awfully distracting. Maybe we can turn them off. So that's how you pass on the inside. Very well done. All right, we can grab a whole lot more Apex here. No, I don't know who Carlos is, but I'm glad he's here. Welcome. Howdy, and thank you for making it in. Oh, yeah, the AI is much better. Okay, so I just wasn't using enough of the track when playing against online, playing against other human beings. I do have memberships, and the early membership starts off with Porsche 911. And as time goes on, the cars get better, just like in your personal life. Things get better with time. And in my personal life, well, just more cars and more power with time. We've owned over 80 vehicles. You can check out our current 4 vehicles. We had to sell the 5th. It was a Porsche 911. A black one, but we still have the red. Yes, currently we are sponsored by Super Doofus Tom, who became a member. So he is currently our sponsor, and on the back window we do have the JCCR Racing Team. The whole back window is sponsored by the team, and likely the teammates are those that are more likely to become members before anyone else, so I find it's quite appropriate. So for now, the JCCR Racing Team through Tom, through Super Doofus, are our sponsors. So I can't say not sponsored. In homage to you, Phil, I have to say sponsored. Oh, that bump was sponsored by Tom, Super Doofus, who's a racing teammate and has his own YouTube channel that you'll want to check out right after this as we wrap our races up. Alright, can I get a better lap time than the last race with traffic? Okay, yeah, the hat was too tight and too much heat. The migraine's actually going away. Clearly just need a glass of salty water, a little sodium bicarbonate. This Z4. Ooh. So I was a little too pushy there. I was not kosher. We did get a 137.1, so better than any lap that we ran online. So clearly just, this might happen to you that you just need a little more practice before getting into the weekly race. And I'm not getting those silly time penalties I was getting earlier. I just wasn't adapting to the tire wear. So maybe a tire swap would be a good idea for me. When possible, pit, lap 7, do the tire swap. Ooh. Glad I didn't do that online. That was a little frisky. I opened up memberships. Great question, Phil. I think it's been on for about a week now. Night 1 that it was available. Tom was on that. And here we go. We didn't do a thing online, but we did do a thing that makes us money. So that's the point of Money Making Mondays, getting faster. So we'll start every Monday with a circuit experience. We'll then jump in and we will race. I'll fight my urge to say I'm good enough now. I'd be like, this time I got a 135 point. I thought it was 2, but it was a 135.3. That's a pretty fast time, and it is. It puts me at the very top of the C league, which was about 135.5 for the fastest. I'd be at the top, starting podium first. I was like, let's do it. Let's go get a podium finish. But no, it wasn't the case, and I got beaten around the track. Seemed just confused and lost. In French, the word is rodé. I wasn't rodé, which would be kind of like broken in. Just like if you get a new vehicle for the first 1,000 kilometers, do consider breaking it in, which does not mean doing 1,000 kilometers of highway at the same speed. It actually means not taking it over 4,000 RPM and playing, different gears, different speeds, not just staying at the same consistent speed permanently for the 1,000 kilometers, but vary your speed, vary your speed and gears. Don't take it over 4,000 RPM, and that's your engine being broken in. If you then want to take it a step even higher, you could then also, after the 1,000 kilometers, you really want to get obsessive, change your oil, because there probably will be more little bits of metal from the cylinder wall or piston than later on when you do an oil change after, depending on your vehicle. It could be 6,000 kilometers, it could be 15,000 kilometers, but it also depends what kind of oil, what kind of oil filter, and what kind of wear, what kind of use does your vehicle get. Are you towing? Is it a sports car and you're really heavy on the pedal? So important information like that we cover over at our sister brother channel, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, where I use my experience from having owned over 80 vehicles and am currently long-term testing a 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor. So nice, I had to buy it twice because I traded in the 24. We've got now only one Porsche 911, 2017 Shelby GT350, and a 1991 Toyota MR2 that's on its fourth. Yes, a Toyota that's on its fourth engine. All my Toyota MR2s have been costly. Godspeed, God bless everybody. Thank you so much for making it in. I'm truly blessed to have all of you watching. Incredible night. Normally we don't have this kind of viewership, so thank you so much. Thank you to the member, maybe one day members, for making this possible. And I hope you all get to put the pedal to the metal in a car that you love sometime soon. And if it's not in the real world, hey, this is still my favorite place to race. Even though I've got a few decent cars, this is still my favorite place to race, and it teaches discipline and perseverance. Thank you so much, Super Doofus. Indeed. Race long and prosper. Thanks for watching. Godspeed.